Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be settling in and practicing a hip opening yoga flow, rolling the shoulders back away from the ears, settling into the body, tuning into the breath. Relaxing the face and the belly, and sending the breath in, the loving awareness to any areas of tension, pain, or soreness. Placing one hand on the heart, feeling your heart beat, feeling the chest rise on your inhale, and taking your hand to the belly, feeling it expand on your exhale. Deep breaths in and full breaths out. Taking a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Listening to your why for showing up on your mat and taking this time for yourself. Breathing in your intention, and on your exhale, taking your hands to your knees and starting to make big circles around the body, activating the spine, moving with your breath, moving your neck and head with you, flowing with it. Releasing any tension in the spine. Cleansing and clearing stuck or stagnant energy with your breath. And then moving your arm up and overhead to a side bend, flowing from side to side, lifting the chest towards the sky, reaching as far as possible. Opening up the side body, activating the obliques. Deep inhales and full exhale as you come to the floor, decompressing the spine. Taking one hand behind your head, opening up the chest to the sky, and inhaling to the floor. Exhale, open. Inhale, twist. Exhale, open. And flowing to the opposite side. Inhale to the floor. Exhale to the sky. Into the floor. Exhale to the sky. One more time. Opening up the chest, and then taking the hand behind you, coming into a upward plank pose, pressing up the chest and the hips, opening your heart to the best possible outcomes for the day. Inhale, arms up, and then placing the hands on the floor in front of you, draping the belly over the thighs as you come forward into tabletop. Inhaling, cat back, rounding the spine. Exhaling, empty out the belly to cow. Inhaling, cat. And exhaling, cow. Big dramatic movements of the spine, and then making big circles around, moving the hips from side to side. Starting to activate your sensual feminine energy, flowing with the hips. Listening to your intuition and allowing it to be your guide in your movements here. Focusing on what feels best to really activate the hips and the spine. Maybe making big circles or just from side to side. Calling back your creative, sensual, and feminine energy to you from all places, spaces, times, and dimensions where it may have been blocked. Coming to an upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Reaching for the opposite leg with the opposite arm, coming into a twist, holding here, and then alternating to the other side. Full inhale. Exhale back to downward dog, bending the knees, jumper step to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Swaying gently from side to side. Another somatic movement. Releasing any tension in the spine. Letting go of any doubts. Inhale, root to rise. Palms come together at the top. Moving from side to side. We call this banana back. Lengthening the spine. Standing tall. Reaching back, pressing the pelvis and hips forward. Exhale, forward folds. Jumping or stepping back, high plank. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, leg to the sky to three-legged dog. And then exhale, bend it as you bring the knee to hover behind the elbow, extending it back, and bringing it forward behind the opposite wrist and sending it back. Flipping over to Wild Thing, pressing up those hips, keeping the wrist underneath the shoulder, and coming back, hovering the leg behind you, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Lifting the opposite leg to three-legged dog. And coming forward to the elbow. And then opposite arm behind the wrist, sending it back. And flipping over once again. Other side, Wild Thing, pressing up tall. Back to center, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to child's pose. Coming forward and back over the wrists and towards the heels. Breathing deep. Coming back up to your downward facing dog on your exhale. Jump or step forward into your malasana, feet facing the corners of your mat, pressing your elbows against your knees, palms together in prayer, deep squat, reaching one arm behind you, maybe even coming into your bind, opening up the chest to the sky, shoulders back, just showing you from the other angle, from the front, what it looks like, opening up, back to center. Other side, wrapping around, that elbows against the knee. Being mindful of opening up the chest to the sky. Keeping your heart open. Back to Malasana. And coming forward into Crow Pose Bakasana. You may need to play around with this a few times. Before coming into your frog pose, turning the feet out to the corners of the mat, lowering your weight down, feeling that gravity, opening up the hips, and maybe even walking the hands forward. After those gentle hip openers, this is going to feel a little bit more intense, deepening your inhales and extending your exhales, releasing any of that intensity in the hips. Letting go of that which no longer serves you, any shame, any pain, any soreness, releasing it back to the earth, connecting to Mother Nature and allowing her to renew you here. And just observing the thoughts that come up and sending the ones that may feel heavy away. Slowly coming back off. Curling the toes under, pressing the heels together, getting the knees off of the mat, coming into a toe balance, pressing the palms together, cleansing all of the internal organs in your toe balance, and then moving right into your butterfly pose. Anchoring that transformation as you bring yourself forward over your knees, elbows on the inside of them. Taking full inhales and deep exhales. As you hold your butterfly pose, I'm just going to shift over to another angle, focusing on the transformation that you want to call in here, calling in more creativity, and then extending those legs, allowing yourself to receive those creative downloads, shifting your weight forward, reaching for opposite feet or opposite ankles, coming to pancake forward onto the floor, activating your ability to receive more pleasure, more creative insights, and boosting your confidence. Slowly reaching up and over, twisting the chest to the sky, breathing down the side body all the way down into the hip, taking a deep inhale, full exhale, facing the knee, reaching forward to the opposite side. Up and over, all the way down into the hip. And trying to keep the arm away from the face, opening up the body. And slowly rising back up, sweeping the legs to the top of your mat. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, draping the belly over the thighs. Slowly bringing yourself down to your back. Rocking your knees into chest, rocking around, massaging your spine, digging deep into the floor, releasing any tension, especially in the lower back. And then lowering your feet down, keeping your knees bent, pressing your hips up, palms to the floor, raising one leg at a time, pressing up your pelvis and hips, puffing up the chest, lowering down the foot, and alternating to the other side, using your strength, boosting circulation, and lowering the back down to the mat. Extending your legs back into your chest, and then extending them up and over your head to your plow pose. Be mindful of your chin, watching that the chin isn't right against the chest, maybe even playing around with one leg up overhead at a time. Continuing to boost circulation, breathing deep. And then maybe even bringing both of the knees down, bending the knees. Again, being mindful of the neck and head. Pressing the legs back up to the sky to waterfall or to your chin stand. You can move the legs around, a little bit of anti-gravity here, pretending like you're walking on the clouds. This is the best way to release tension in the hips. And slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing yourself up to a teaser pose or boat pose. And then coming forward, extending your legs back to your downward dog. Raising one leg forward, bringing it behind each wrist into your pigeon pose. Inhale, pressing up tall. Exhale, lowering down to sleeping pigeon. As you settle down into the mat, coming into your own little bubble, and you can always pause the video and stay here for as long as you like. Being mindful to square off the hips and avoid leaning to one side. And the longer that you stay in this pose, the more release you will feel. And when you're ready, you can press back up, taking your time, curling the toe under, bringing up the knee and extending the leg to the sky. Counter pose. Opposite leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And then bringing it forward, creating an L shape at the top of the mat. And again, trying to avoid leaning to one side before lowering down to sleeping pigeon. Taking a long inhale and a deeper exhale, pressing back up, swinging the legs around in front of you. Coming to your boat pose and then reaching for opposite toes, extending the legs and coming down to your back to happy baby, rocking from side to side, elbows on the inside of the knees, opening up the hips. And maybe you even extend the legs whenever you're ready. Anchoring the change and transformation in the hips, keeping your head and shoulders glued to the floor. Slowly lowering them back down, over to one side to your supine twist, looking over the opposite shoulder of the direction of your knees. Releasing any tension or tightness in the belly, starting to slow things down. And if there is any tension in the ribcage, you can always take your hand and press it against it, breathing deeper. Full inhale. Deep exhale as you come over to the opposite side. Clearing toxins from the body and cleansing the internal organs. Calling your awareness to the present moment and just noticing the shift that's occurred in the mind, the body, and the spirit since we began the practice. Starting to bring the knees back into chest, rocking around just a little bit more, one final release. And when you're ready, you can start to extend the legs and arms out to your final resting pose, your final shavasana. Allowing yourself to rest, receive, and integrate the codes of new DNA that you've created from all of your movement and hard work. Taking the last few minutes for peace, quiet, and stillness to focus inwards on gratitude and self-reflection. At this time, if you would like to skip forward, I will put the marker on the screen. Beginning to draw your awareness back to your body. Inhaling both your arms up overhead and coming over to one side into fetal position. And keeping your eyes closed, slowly pressing up to seated position at the top of your mat. Settling back in, keeping your belly relaxed, taking your hands to your knees. Noticing the shift. And inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling your hands to heart center in prayer, dropping your chin to your chest. May you continue to feel powerful, sensual, strong, and creative in your mind, body, and spirit. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. From my heart to yours, namaste. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and share it with someone else. Until next time, stay golden.